What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cult of Con, made possible by the Cult of Con. That's you guys. I'm Con Man, and thank you for being here. Tonight we have a really special video. Normally on Monday nights we do another episode of Guys Gotta Eat, but tonight I got something different for you to chew on. It's a new concept I call From Cave to Kingdom. And of course, it's just a little thing we're going to share with you guys tonight. But before we do that, I want to take a special moment to thank all of our community members, big and small, old and young, everybody who's been a part of this channel, either from the beginning or someone who's with us now. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. It's been a really awesome year and a half, almost 2 years since I started this channel, and we've come a long way. It's been a lot of fun. So tonight I want to share a special update with you guys about things that are coming in the future for this channel. And of course, since I'm no good at staying on track, I brought my notes, so I'm going to be referring to those tonight. But I just wanted to say thanks to all of you guys, of course, and a special thanks also to everyone who has helped push the channel further through financial support. Obviously, we got to stop at Shilltown at the beginning of every episode. So obviously, I just want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for helping to make this possible and for helping us to achieve the next step in this channel's evolution. And of course, obviously, we want to thank our anonymous supporters who have donated via PayPal. If you're interested in doing that, you can also get us over there. PayPal at thecultofcon@gmail.com. Thanks so much for doing that with us. All right, and moving forward, as you guys know, I have a job. I work during the week, so I don't often have as much time as I wish I had to be able to commit more energy and time to the community. And I've been feeling like a lot of pressure just between trying to balance these things. As you guys know, there's a lot going on in life, and I do my best to balance with the things the way they are. But I've committed to a complete overhaul of my workspace. And that's kind of the gist of what I want to talk about tonight. In order to make a more effective way to connect with you guys and produce more content for the channel, I'm going to basically be overhauling this whole area. And as you know, it's kind of like a room with a banner, and there's more that I can share with you guys about that. So coming soon to our Patreon channel, that's patreon.com/thecultofcon, there's going to be a new video that basically shows the behind the scenes of what this whole setup looks like, what has been going on over here, like what's this side of the channel look like from since the beginning, and what we're going to be walking the channel into as I expand and build some new things in here and kind of remodel the place to make it a more useful studio workspace. So I'm really excited to share all that with you guys. This is going to be a free video on Patreon, so it'll be available to every member on all tiers, including the free tier. And hopefully it'll give you guys an insight into what supporting that channel has done in terms of helping to grow what we're doing here and everything like that. So once again, please consider joining us on patreon.com/thecultofcon. All right, with that being said, that brings me to the first thing. The official Christian Dominion Movement YouTube channel is coming. And once the new space is built out and complete, I'll have this whole new studio set up and everything. I'm going to start producing official content for the Christian Dominion Movement channel. So expect to see much more polished and scripted and evergreen style videos in the future that more accurately represent like a movement that is for everybody, not just like some weird guy's internet cult, as you know what I'm saying. So expect it to be more polished and all that. And so I apologize, there are not going to be any vein bulging rants like I know you guys like so much. But anyway, it'll be good in its own way. Okay, I'm excited. We're going to be talking about everyday issues. We're going to be talking about current events and the need to change on every level of society. And last but not least, obviously, the Dominion call for God's chosen people. It's my hope that we will regularly have members of this community make appearances on this new Christian Dominion channel to discuss these concepts, because I know that a lot of people see this in different ways, and we want the body to be included in the discussion. We want to be able to bounce ideas off each other and make sure we're really going the right way about everything that we're doing. So I expect to be inviting people that you guys have probably seen to see if they're interested in coming on and sharing their thoughts. We'll cover that in the future. We'll see how that goes, but I'm definitely committed to seeing that work out. So with that being said, with the new channel comes the need for a new logo to represent the movement. And I've been thinking thinking about this for a while. Basically, that we need to have a symbol or like a seal, like a logo that is for the CDM, the Christian Dominion Movement, something that represents that new kingdom mentality that we're working on, and something that we can use to kind of say that this item matches our standards for Christian Dominion quality, and we can use it as kind of like a brand seal to basically approve or disapprove on anything, TV shows, products, brands, whatever. We can use it to endorse or otherwise, reject people's opinions or movements or ideas and stuff. And it's just kind of a way of separating ourselves from the things that don't represent our outlook and our perspective as kingdom Christians. So anyway, the goal is to create a logo that is representative of that. And I've been thinking about, what should it look like? And I came up with some ideas, and Wendy and I had like a back and forth about it. And it was actually really funny, some of the stuff that we came up with. But basically, I wanted a logo that I thought represented the actuality of this movement. So we had theorized that it would be like a flying city, right? Like some kind of a holy Jerusalem descending down from heaven for everybody. And that's imposing the dominion of the kingdom on the world. And we just thought that was funny. But we wanted to expand upon it because it's not just about this dominion being only the Jerusalem, but that it's the whole world that falls under the dominion of God and through Christ Jesus and everything. So with all that being said, I drew up, like, I guess you could say, a rough draft based on the artwork that somebody else made that I, of course, plagiarized for the thumbnail of the video, which we'll touch on the thumbnail really quick before we go into the actual CDM logo. But check it out here. So the idea, right? Cave to kingdom. And we're basically moving over from where we are to where we're going, which is the kingdom. And we always say it's written on the side of the party bus, destination kingdom. So no longer do we need to hide our ideas in a cave, but we're actually moving towards a position of authority. That's what the kingdom is all about. So we're really excited. But anyway, I saw this flying castle and I thought, that is great. We need something that invokes this kind of wonder and awe, So I decided that we would make our very own floating castle logo. And I encourage you guys to consider contributing your own submission in this format, because I obviously have not settled on anything. And the stuff that Wendy and I came up with is hilarious. I wanted to share it with you guys, just a couple of the highlights of the whole thing. So let me pop over here to the folder really quick. And don't laugh at me. I just scribbled this up on the Paint program really quick because I was just trying to jot down like an idea. It's great. We'll just use that, right? It's perfect. It's like a child's drawing. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. And we were like, okay, well, look, I have no artistic talent. There's nothing I can do about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this to AI and see if AI can give us something good. So I decided I'd give it a try, and I fed it to the AI, and I'll move out of the way so we can get the full picture of what's going on here. But I decided to pass this design over and tell the AI that I need a picture of like floating castle with like the cross on top. It's like on the land, it's floating. And this is, of course, early development. I hadn't really decided what I was going to actually finalize the logo to be, but it's a work in progress. So I gave it to the AI, and look at what it fed us. The very first one that it gave us was literally, it's like Pixar. Yep, there we go. That's definitely imposing. Anyway, I thought that was funny, and obviously we realized, like, this is not going to work. We're either going to need some more serious prompts, or we're going to have to find, a better bit of inspiration, because it doesn't quite seem to get the vision. Then Wendy joined forces with me, and she decided to submit it to an AI to see what it would come up with. We had decided that what would be cooler than a block of dirt underneath it would be if the bottom of it looked like an alien mothership, like a UFO, since all the movies and the programming always have us in fear of the UFO coming to take over the world or whatever. So we're like, let's invoke that idea, because that sounds cool and scary. Let's make it be like a castle on top of a UFO and see what that produces for us. And this is essentially the result of that. And as you can see, that's not quite what we were going for there. So I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that, but it didn't quite get the point. So we needed to kind of encourage it along a little bit farther. So basically, it's we need to refine the idea. I needed it to feel like it was a real, actual mothership with the castle on top. And then not just that, but like a dome with the stars inside it, like so that it was like an encapsulated, almost like a snow globe, we thought. So obviously we decided to submit some more, and Wendy was actually getting closer and closer, obviously, to the general concept. Obviously, when we go to make an actual logo, we want something like simplified and something you could stamp on an item. So moving forward, it started to actually develop into something that was actually interesting. And like this one, I felt like was really getting somewhere, right? We've got this kind of a storybook style art. We've got the cool like monastery gothic cathedral looking thing up top, cosmos swirling around it. Of course, it's floating above the earth, which is, you know, kind of it's kind of the right thing. And I think this is just an awesome picture. Let me go ahead and just make sure it's full screen for you guys to really enjoy these. These next couple pictures are just actually works of art. And I know that AI obviously is a subject of great debate, but when it comes to having fun and kind of figuring things out, it's been a really effective tool for us. We've been really enjoying ourselves. So I really liked that first one. That kind of got the fire started. And then as you can see, we got a couple more designs here that actually got a little bit more intricate and really intense and in their own way different. I mean, this one's really cool. It has kind of the sort of like cosmos moving around in a really cool, almost like a medieval or an old world depiction. And then there's obviously the tower, the castle, or whatever, the church on top of the UFO thing. It's really close, right? It's got, you know, the badge, the CDM badge. Like, anyway, I feel like it's going in the right direction. We're definitely getting somewhere. And of course, this is just a concept for inspiration, but it's really cool to kind of be able to see it manifesting in this way that then we can interpret that into something else. And obviously, Wendy and I were just having fun with this, but it was really awesome. Oh, so there we go. This is the last one right here. This has, it actually has like God sitting on a throne or Jesus sitting on a throne up there. But that's actually really cool like that. And this has like a flat earth like spilling over and into an infinite sea. Cosmos with constellations. I saved this one for last because I thought this one is actually the most awesome. The way it kind of is like a big mothership with like gemstones around it and the foundations, you know. I think that's just so cool. It definitely is not perfect, and of course, you know, if we want to get something perfect, we're gonna have to like get human hands on the job, and I think that's something else that we'll touch on here in just a sec. But just one more. These kind of got spoiled because I skimmed past them, but Wendy was like, I want to see the armor of God on these guys. It's like, yeah, let's go. The Christian Dominion Crusader fighting the devil off, you know. Anyway, I thought those were great. Wendy sent those over and I really appreciated them. Just, it's funny. That's like the spirit of the Christian Dominion movement right there. Look at how based that guy is. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of the demons. We're going to crush the head of the serpent. Let's go. But anyway, I love this picture. I'm going to share these art pieces and make them available on the Patreon page. So if you guys are interested, they'll be up there in a couple of days. They'll be obviously free to download their AI open source stuff. So you guys can check it out and help to remember, obviously, where we came from. Maybe at some point we'll have a pretty well-known organization. We'll look back on stuff like this and we'll laugh. And we'll be like, wow, look at from humble beginnings. From cave to kingdom, right? Awesome. Anyway, so 1 Corinthians chapter 12 tells us that each member of the body, though different, is necessary and contributes to the whole. It means that we all have a role to play in God's kingdom and purposes. Perhaps your calling is for art and design. If you'd like to help design the logo for CDM, let me know what you think in a comment on this video. And if you would like to submit a design, go ahead and send it over to thecultofcon@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. With that being said, cave to kingdom, let's go. So this is a new chapter for this community. It's going to include a whole new suite of art that I painstakingly created myself because I have no skill whatsoever in Photoshop. And so I've been basically using Paint 3D. That's like an expired Microsoft Paint program, like drawing things but by pixels and stuff. Like really, but it's a special kind of art. I feel like it gives it a unique style, and I hope that you guys can appreciate these new pieces that come. They're kind of different. They're kind of edgy. It's kind of something else. But it's like, remember, as much as we joke, you know, that we're a Kool-Aid drinking group, a bunch of crazy crazies, you know, and whatnot. And we talk about crazy stuff on here. It's a cult, right? So expect some of the artwork to be a little edgy. Remember, we're talking about dominion here. We're talking about taking back images and symbols and properties and things, conquering strongholds. So if you see anything that maybe seems kind of edgy or weird to you, just remember it's because we're taking these things back. That's part of the movement here. So we're going to have a brand new color scheme coming as well. And we highlighted that a little bit in the thumbnail. I'll just pop that back up for you guys to see. As you can see, we've had the red and white on the banners previously, as well as like with our Patreon supporters template thing. And then and our regular gold logo on a black backdrop. But as you can see, as we transition over, we now have a blue and white banner, as well as a new blue and black logo, which is going to be part of the color palette for the new layer of artwork that's coming to the channel. I'm really excited for it. And again, I spent a lot of time on this stuff, and I'm excited because it follows with a whole new look, which I don't know if you guys noticed, and I'll just pull it up for a second now that I reminded you. The scroll screen, right? Our loading screen historically has been in the cave. It's the, you know, the white logo on the cave backdrop on all the old videos, and now you guys can expect to see our regal gold logo preserved here in the Hall of the Kingdom, where we are now hosting our cult organization from. So let's go. Cult has now moved from cave to kingdom. All right. And I'm pretty pleased about that also. I felt that it was time for a change. You know, we've grown so much over the last year, not just in numbers, but in fellowship and understanding together. And it was always my intention to make a gathering place where those of us with biblically grounded worldviews could discuss the mysteries and challenges of our current age. We're willing to discuss the most outlandish ideas from a sensible standpoint. We're ready to walk on the cutting edge. And it feels like we're ready to take on a fresh new look. And the new setup here will open me up to producing even more content, including several brand new things, which are also coming soon. And that I would also like to tell you guys about. Like all of you guys, I've had my share of ups and downs, but we have persevered through trials, and now we're looking at nearly 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing by all metrics. We don't just have a growing community, we have a special one. All of my analytics show that you guys hit the like button at an insanely high percentage. Everyone comments and shares the videos at a level that makes it impossible for us to stay hidden for long. The bottom line is that this community here, the Cult of Con, that's you guys. This community is the internet's best kept secret, but it's not going to stay that way forever. I always wanted to make videos and speak on big issues, and I've enjoyed this experience more than anything I've done before in life, and that's all thanks to you guys. For real. I look forward to sharing the new things that are planned ahead on our roadmap. Firstly, I'm working on a CDM documentary, so that this new movement will have a concise, well-worded explanation of our biblical call to fulfill God's purpose for our lives. That means commandments, that means dominion, that means actual real change in the world, and from that position of authority that we go after those things. So I want to be able to explain that in a way that makes sense, so I'm going to be firstly putting together that documentary so that we can have a great little video to introduce the channel. It'll be the first piece that the channel puts out, and it'll be something that I work very hard to make a very polished final product. I'm really excited for that. I'm also eager to get back into the recording of new music, and I have plans for there to be a brand new song coming soon, just after we finish with the whole workspace studio overhaul. And from there, we'll be able to basically speed up the process of getting new songs and kind of building that end of the thing, because I feel like we need more music anyway. All we have is like an intro and an outro song. Let's get some action, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. So I also plan to take the time to go through all of the episodes of the Main Character Podcast and Sunday Service from all the way back to the beginning of the channel to find all of those really good bits and clips, that things that have been said that were great or funny, that we all remember that are funny and or worth remembering and sharing, so that you guys can have them, and I will be posting them as new clips and new shorts videos to kind of fill in the channel with content, so that people who come to the channel for the first time find something more than just some guy stuffing his face with junk food, because that's usually what they see when they land there on the videos tab, is like food. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more culty. There'll be brand new shorts videos and clips that'll allow you guys to get kind of snippets of the action without having to sit through 2 hours of some guy's vein bulging rants, you know what I'm saying? And don't worry, we'll clip some of the rants too, so you can share those with your friends. But just like with the Main Character Podcast, we're leveling up our community. It's inevitable. It's incredible. And I'm stoked to see what we can accomplish together in the future. We've done well. We've thrived in our cave chapter while we learned more about ourselves and our purpose here in the world. And now we speak from truth, from a position of authority, because we know who we are in Christ Jesus. He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He is alive today, and he is King today. Therefore, we who are members of his flock are kings and priests in his kingdom. May we all be inspired to rise to the kingdom occasion, from cave to kingdom. Amen. All right. That's about all, guys. I don't have that much more to say except for look out for more stuff coming soon here on the Cult of Con. And thank you guys, of course, for being here, for joining me on this journey. I'm excited for everything we have to come, everything that's set in store for us ahead and everything. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys on the Main Character Podcast on Wednesday night. Take it easy, y'all.